Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Wednesday Live. This is episode number 15, and I am solo again today, but that's okay. We can deal with that. I thought today I would show you my Google page. I don't know. Some of you maybe have me in your circles, and probably a lot may not. So I just wanted to show you my page there. I try and find interesting articles that people might want to read. Um, and I post those up on my Google page, and then it's migrated over to my Facebook and Twitter pages as well. Because some of my followers that are on Google may find well, some of my Facebook and Twitter people may not follow me on Google. So let me share my screen and we'll take a look at that. All right. We are sharing my page. And it's got the banner for my website, chuckbaker.org. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. And we're going to scroll down here. Um, Interesting article I found. Facebook to pledge 1,500 housing units for general public. I think that's a good thing for Facebook to do. In some areas, there's a housing shortage, and it's really hard for people to find adequate housing, and I think that will help go a long way to help the housing shortage. So at least it's a start. Maybe other companies will uh, take interest and join in on that. And this is kind of interesting here. TSA says it's okay to carry a mummified head on a plane. Um, you just have to declare it. I don't, well, for research purposes, I guess, and maybe historical purposes, okay, you might want to transport a head. Um, Other than that, I don't really know of why you would want to take somebody's head with you on a plane. Hmm. And that's something that I would do. All right. Uh, let's look at the next one here. Hackers could sniff out your passwords if you're typing nearby. This has to do with Wi-Fi and uh, Bluetooth. If you're using a Bluetooth keyboard and you're in a public place, uh, hackers could intercept that transmission because Bluetooth really isn't encrypted, and even though it's supposed to be connected from one specific device to another, there are ways that you can capture that transmission and see all the keystrokes. So if you're using a Bluetooth keyboard and you're in a public location, just be aware of who's around you. And I wouldn't be typing in any sensitive information you don't want others to see, because it's entirely possible that a lot of others can see what you're typing. So just a heads up on that. Okay, and my daily vlog. If you haven't seen those, just go to my channel and then you can look at those. They're all in a playlist, so you can play all those. And my latest CQT video there, Wizmo. I'm betting that a lot of you don't know what Wizmo is, so take a look at this video, and it'll tell you exactly what Wizmo is and how you use it. I won't tell you here because I want you to watch my video. Please. Please watch another daily vlog, some more daily vlogs. Okay. Here's one, top 5 solid state drives. It's upgrade time. And that's a CNET article. The traditional hard drives with the platters, they're kind of fading away. Now you've got the solid state drives. Think of them as a thumb drive, only they're a lot bigger and able to fit into your laptop or your PC. They replace the standard hard drive unit. And even though they're smaller or larger than a thumb drive, they're smaller than your standard platter drives. So that saves you a little space, and they're also bigger in size. So now the price of a solid state drive was pretty high when they first come out, but now they're really getting lower in price. They're getting more affordable. They're coming close to the prices of a traditional hard drive, and they may even go lower than that eventually. Right now, they're still a novelty, maybe you could say, but this is going to be the way it's going to go. The traditional hard drive is going to be phased out, and this will be your main storage. With these, you don't have the moving hardware that wears out the arm that runs across the platters and the platters themselves. This is all electronic, and it should last you a lot longer than your average hard drive. And if you read the article on this, they've got some pretty good warranties on these drives too. So if you're looking for a new hard drive, I would definitely check this out, because this might be the way you could go. You could get more storage and save you some space in your case there. So that's that one. Some more daily vlogs here. Now here, I played a little game of asteroids, and you can take a look at that. It's not very long, and I was kind of giving a running commentary as I was playing, so you can check that out. Let's come down here. And this one, petition urges Apple not to release technology for jamming phone cameras. It seems that Apple's been working on an app that the cops can use to jam the cameras on cell phones. So if they're making a traffic stop and somebody's recording them, they can use this technology to block the person's cell phone. I don't know, but there might be some legal issues with that. But time will tell on that one. The article stated that they weren't actually looking to put this out to law enforcement, but it was just something that they were working on to see if they could do it. But I wouldn't want that out there, because it's our right to be able to video police officers and the performance of their duty, because they're public servants. They get paid with our tax dollars, so I think that would be a bad thing. Next one here is a video about my business. If you come to my page here. You can scroll down here and watch this video. And if you have any questions about the service, please get in touch with me. You can send me a message on Google Plus or send me an email at Chuck Baker. It's Chuck Baker at chuckbaker.org. So you can check that out. In this one, Google Vet's new candid app for anonymous sharing puts trolls in their place. That's an interesting article. And down here, next one here, the business briefing. If you're looking to start a business of your own and you're trainable, willing to work, and self-starter, take a look at this and get in touch with me. I have some information that you might be interested in. So just take a look at that website there. Oh, this is funny. I just typed it because it's funny. I don't like Trump anyway, but you ought to see this. You might get a giggle out of it. I'm angry, so I'm voting for Donald Trump. So check that out. Next one here, Prelude to Axonar. You can take a look at the comments that I made here. For those of you that don't know, there have been people making Star Trek fan films for a number of years now. And Axonar Productions is a fan film, and they had put this video out, Prelude to Axonar, and they started a crowdfunding campaign to get money together to make the actual Axonar movie. Well, they managed to get $1 million in pledges to make this movie. And when that happened, and when Paramount and CBS saw the Prelude to Axonar film, they filed a lawsuit against Axonar Productions because they were saying they were infringing on their copyrights. And this started a whole big storm of discussion over the net from the fan film communities and people that watch fan films, which I'm one of those people. And I didn't really know much about it, but then it had come out that the lawsuit may have been settled, and that Paramount and CBS had come out with some guidelines for the people making fan films. And first you think about it, say, okay, you don't want people that are doing these fan films to be doing it for profit and making money off of a Star Trek show, because Star Trek is owned by CBS and Paramount. So that's okay. But most of these fan films, they don't make any money off of what they do. They get the money from people who watch the fan films, and they also put in their own money, but they're not actually making any money off of these films. Well, they put out the guidelines, and these guidelines make it almost impossible for you to make a fan film. For one thing, they limit episodes to 15 minutes, and you can only continue a specific episode or a specific storyline for 2 episodes, a total of 30 minutes. So you can't really tell a story in 30 minutes. Also, from now on, you can't get an actor that's been in a Star Trek TV show or movie. It all has to be amateurs. So you can't have George Takei, you can't have Michael Dorn, you can't have Patrick Stewart, William Shatner, none of those. They're done. Even the smaller actors that may have only appeared once in a Star Trek film or show, you can't get them either. So um, you're out of luck there. Also, there's something with the costumes. Either you have to have original costumes from the show, or you have to make your own. I'm not real sure how that goes. You'd have to read the guidelines on that. But the two biggest things are the episode limit and the talent that you can get. Though that's limiting, really. That's just saying that we don't want you to make a fan film. We don't want to hear about that. So they pretty much shut all the fan films down. Um, Now, if you're a fan of Star Trek and a fan of the fan films, write Paramount and CBS a letter and let them know how you feel about these restrictions on fan films. Because if the fans don't let them know, they're just going to keep on doing what they're doing. And I would, for one, like to see fan films come back. In the one uh, fan film, they're put out by Star Trek Continues. And in that, uh, James Doohan's son, James Doohan, Scotty from the original series, his son Chris plays the role of Scotty in these films. And he does an amazing job. And, I think that's a tribute to his dad, really. And they should be able to do these films. I mean, I don't know about Axonar Productions. It was said that they were doing merchandising or something along those lines, and that's why or CBS and Paramount filed a suit. But I had heard it was, well, that would be copyright infringement, trying to do merchandising for their film. But there's two fan film groups out there: Star Trek Continues and Star Trek New Voyages. I think they're Star Trek Phase 2 now. And they both do fan films in the original Star Trek style. It just continues the 5-year mission. And they have done an amazing job with the sets and the shooting of that. And it really continues what Gene Roddenberry had in mind when he made Star Trek. And I think those should be able to continue because these two groups aren't doing a for profit. They're not doing any merchandising. You won't find any. They might do a poster for their production, but that's about it. Um, so if you want to see the fan films continue, write Paramount and CBS and let them know how you feel. And I think that's all I'm going to say on that one. So let's scroll down here and see what else we got. More daily vlogs. And then Code Pink protester mobbed by Trump supporters. Was at the Republican National Convention. She was holding up a sign that said "No hate, no racism." I think is what it said, and the Trump supporters grabbed her sign and accosted her, and really, for holding a sign that says uh, "No racism, no hatred." Hmm. Kind of makes you wonder what the Republican Party's about, doesn't it? Let's scroll down here. We're coming to some of my Wednesday live shows. You can see those past shows at my website. Now here's something. Facebook finds a way to use lasers for high-speed wireless internet. I would like that. I would like to have wireless high speed. Uh, right now, my service provider, where I'm at, I can only get 6 megabits per second on my DSL, where if I actually lived in the city, I could get 10 or better. But since I live out in the woods, I only get 6. So I'm waiting for an upgrade. I would love to see this wireless high speed be available in my area. Scroll down here and see what else we got. Oh. Now, this is kind of a sad thing. This officer had made a Facebook post about what was going on with Black Lives Matter and all the shootings and policemen being killed. And after he made this post, a few days later, he himself was killed. You should take a look at this article and read what he wrote. It ought to get you thinking, really. It was a very good post. And I'm sorry that it had to happen to him. Some more of my daily vlogs here. Scrolling on down. And a special message to a coward. This was in response to some hacking that was going on. Some of my friends had been hacked by some people, and the persons that were hacking the YouTube channels. This was directed towards them. And if you like, take a look at that one as well. Kind of my own little rant, but that's okay. I'm allowed to rant. It's my channel. Let's come down here. Analysis. Police deadly force could be solved by tech. Now, that's interesting. I pulled an article on this, but it's talking about instead of using a lethal weapon to try and create more less than lethal weapons. I'm not going to say non-lethal because anything you use can have a potential to be lethal. Even a taser. There have been instances of people being tased and died. There was one instance of a person, he was tased only once, but he happened to get the barbs right into the area of his heart, and it stopped his heart, and he died from just being tased one time. So this article talks about trying to develop more less than lethal weapons, so you don't have to resort to a firearm as much. And I hope they have good luck with that. And this is one of my CQT videos. This talks about resizing your desktop icons. I can do this in Windows 10. I don't know if this was available in Windows 7 or if you could do it in Windows 7. I know you could by right-clicking on the on an empty spot on your desktop and resizing icons from this way. But this technique resizes your desktop icons the same way you would resize your web page. But take a look at that, and that'll explain it all to you. Ah, and here is the futuristic prosthetic officially headed to market soon. This is a real life bionic arm. And if you look at this article, there's a video in there as well, and it shows the arm actually being used by someone, and it's pretty neat. Bionics is becoming more and more realistic, and that's just something for to think about. Now, I like the 3D printed um, prosthetics, especially for the kids, because they're functional and they can be made at a very low cost. And when the child grows, they can be remade to match the child's size. So, um, something like that is good for kids that have lost a limb, so they can have a new limb as they grow without their parents having to have to break the bank to get what their child needs. And I really like that idea. Just for that reason, I'm glad 3D printers came out. Helps people. Another daily vlog, and this one. Let me scroll back up here. This one, a hamster is actually in a wheel, and he makes a picture of himself. How about that? If you like hamsters, and if you want to see a hamster make a picture of himself, uh, if you got some time to kill, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, Facebook blamed for Palestinian attacks and $1 billion lawsuit filed for victims' families. I really don't know much about this. I didn't read the entire article, but so I can't really comment on that. The next one here is new milestones in printed photovoltaic technology. Um, the battery technology is getting better and better, and solar power. The solar cells are getting smaller and more powerful, and they're even making cell battery units that is powered just by your touch. You can put it on yourself, and through your own electrical impulses through your skin, it generates electricity in these units, and you can charge things with that. And that's pretty neat. You know, uh, you can have a setup where you just have a patch on your arm and you can charge your cell phone. Uh, that'd be nice. You'd never be without power. And if you were a hiker or or well, hiker particularly, if you were out and you were lost, uh, you could generate the power to use your cell phone and possibly get help. So I think that would be a useful thing. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh. Now here's something we need. New technology could prevent hot car related child deaths. Um, there's been a lot of talk about different things that you could do to prevent that. Uh, but my wife saw something online that would be pretty simple. One mother decided to do this. When she put her child in the back seat, she would take one shoe off and put it in the seat with the child. Then she would get in the car and go where she needed to go. And when she got to her destination, hey, she's only wearing one shoe. So she's going to remember where that shoe is now, isn't she? Right next with that child. So, hey, there you go. Problem solved. Pretty cool idea, I think. Let's see what else we got. 10 outrageous reasons kids got kicked out of school. Well, yeah, some of those reasons were stupid. Look at that video. Today, I mean, schools, they'll kick you out of school for anything. I think one kid got kicked out of school because he um, made the cookie he had into the shape of a gun. Okay, a cookie. He made it in the shape of a gun. They kicked him out of school. Stupid stuff like that. So, I don't know what's up with these schools today. It's okay for these security guards to carry guns and beat you up in your classroom, but you turn your cookie into the shape of a gun and you're out of there, gone. And hey, okay, enough of that. Bringing technology alive at the Weather Channel. I think they were either simulating lightning here or caught lightning on this model, but take a look at the article there. And then you can spend 2 hours admiring Star Trek's decade-long impact on tech. Star Trek had a big influence on technology today. Back when the original series started, you might have seen the recording discs in a number of episodes. Now, they were just colored plastic squares, but years later, it came out 3.5 floppy inch drives. Looked a lot like those square discs. Those are obsolete now, and now we've gone to flash drives. So, and you can see kind of a similarity to those in the Next Generation episodes. So, and in the Next Generation, when that came out, we didn't have touch screens back then, but now we do today. Cell phones, your dash on your car, microwave oven, just anything now is a touch screen, your computer. So you see these innovations that started out on TV and ended up in mainstream life. How about that? All right, let's scroll down here and see what else we got. Oh, this is cool. Wallet-friendly wireless headbuds achieve Kickstarter funding in half a day. Yeah, no cords with this. It's all Bluetooth. You just stick it in your ear and you can connect it to your phone or your iPad, whatever. And you don't have that cord hanging around your neck. That's pretty cool. Hopefully they'll get those to work and get those out. Would be something good to see. Then you wouldn't have that cord hanging around your neck all the time. Okay, this one. New Mac malware discovered in the wild installing backdoors. I can remember when one of the big selling points of an Apple product was it couldn't get a virus. Well, that was back when Apple only had about 10% of the market. Now they hold about 52% of the market. And imagine that. There's malware and Trojans and all kinds of stuff showing up on Apple computers now. Why do you think that is? Well, back when Apple only had 10% of the market, people weren't interested in writing virus programs for something that only had a small percentage of the market. They wanted to attack the larger percentage of the market. And now that Apple is one of the larger percentages of the market, they're making viruses, malware, spyware, um, adware for Apple machines. And who didn't see that coming? Let's see what else we got. And this is from The Guardian, an article I found. LiDAR, the self-driving technology that could help Tesla avoid another uh, tragedy. Now, LiDAR, if you don't know what that is, it's a laser um, transmission. Uh, Tesla's cars used radar and cameras for their self-driving technology, but there's also LiDAR that can project a laser beam, and when it hits something, it comes back and lets the car know that there's an obstacle there. The thing with the death, though, in the Tesla car where it ran under a tractor trailer rig, it was said that the white tractor or the white trailer um, wasn't seen by the car or the driver because it was a bright sunny day, and yeah, they just didn't. Neither the car nor the driver saw the tractor crossing the street, and the trailer was in the middle of the highway, and the car went right underneath of it. Well, with this LiDAR system, along with radar and the cameras, um, they're saying that even though the um, trailer was white, the laser would have bounced off it and come back and told the car that there was an object there, and the car would have slowed down or stopped to avoid the collision. And if that helps, I think they should do it. I think they're originally Tesla didn't do that because of the cost of the LiDAR system, and they thought it would be redundant because they already had radar. But I think now they're going to rethink that decision and start using the LiDAR system along with their radar system. Okay, a couple of things here. This article on the left, uh, um, woman and her boyfriend were stopped for broken traffic or a broken taillight, I believe. And when the officer approached the car, the man told the officer that he had a concealed carry permit and that he was carrying a weapon on him at that time. The officer instructed the man to get his identification. When the man reached down to get his identification out of his pocket, the officer shot that man 4 times. And he died. Okay, and incidentally, this was a non-white person, a black person, okay? Um, and he was shot a couple of times in the arm and I think a couple of times in the side, but he died. So, I mean, the man told him he had he was registered to carry a concealed weapon and that he did have a concealed weapon on his person. And the officer told him to get his identification. But when he went to get his identification, the officer shot him. So I can't. I don't know. It's getting worse all the time. And then now the article on the right here. Police were called because a person was selling CDs outside a convenience store, which he had permission from the owner of the convenience store to stand outside and sell these CDs. But somebody had called and said that the guy selling the CDs had threatened someone with a gun. Okay, well, the police get there, and the first thing they do is they try to wrestle with this guy. And then one of the officers yells he's got a gun, so the other officer takes out his service weapon and shoots him in the chest repeatedly. He died. He was black too. So I don't know what you can make of that, but it happened. Let's continue. Okay, and this is kind of weird. This guy, he owned a computer repair shop. Computer repair shop owner to close his business because technology has made him sick. Um, I think what it was, if I remember, I had this article up a while back, and I think what it was he was doing service calls at homes, and people brought in their computers, but the Wi-Fi signal, I think him being continually bombarded by Wi-Fi signals was supposedly making him sick, so sick that he couldn't continue his business anymore. I don't know how true that is, but it's possible. Some people can just be really susceptible to that, where it may not bother most of us, but it could be possible where a small percentage of the population does have a problem with Wi-Fi radiation like that. Time will tell, I think. And then Wendy's here. Let's see. Wendy says payment card info accessed in malware attack. Okay. Nothing is safe. I don't care how good you make it. There's always going to be somebody trying to hack into something, and they can, if they've got the talent and the time and the determination to do it, they're going to do it. There's nobody that's completely 100% unhackable. It's just not possible. The only thing that we react the best way we can when it happens. I change my passwords every month now. I use two-step verification on my Google account. I keep watching on my cell phone account because that's one of the ways they've been hacking in. You might have your two-step verification on your Google account, and your verification messages come to you in text when you're at a computer that the system doesn't know. But if somebody can hack into your phone and get your phone account where they can actually transfer your account to a different phone and have access to it, then it's kind of defeated the purpose of the two-step verification there. But that's why I put a password on my account. So even though I have a password on my account, I've also got a passcode. So it's two different things. I have to enter two different codes when I go to my AT&T site, att.com/mywireless. When I go there, I have to not only put in my password, but my passcode for the site. And if I would walk into a retail store, AT&T store, for a SIM card or a new phone, something of that nature, I'd have to have that passcode. So that's something. If you don't have, just about everybody has a password that they have to enter to access their wireless site, but you should also put a passcode on that site that they'll actually ask you if you call them up or if you actually go to a retail store. You'll have to have that passcode as well. So I think that's a good second line of defense for that. Might keep people from getting their cell phone service rerouted to a hacker's cell phone. More daily vlogs. Okay, and virus. Here's something that's happened. If you have used AVG, and I've always been a big fan of AVG, I recommend it to all the people that I've worked with their computer problems. But AVG has been bought by Avast now. Avast and AVG were the two top free computer or virus scanners out there. So now Avast also owns AVG. So I don't know if they're going to just merge the two together or if they're going to keep two separate products. AVG is still out there. I just got an update for AVG today, so I know they're still doing the updates. So time will tell if they're going to merge the two virus protection softwares together or if they're still going to keep them separate and they just own both of them. We'll see. See what happens. And here, a robot could deliver your next meal. Yeah, Meals on Wheels programs. If you had these self-driving cars, you could load up this car and it could make regular stops on a route. And it would free up the human population. They wouldn't have to go all the time. I guess there would need at least one person to deliver the meals to the people, but that's something new. Let's see what else we got here. And Pinterest takes a shot at camera search technology. I only just scanned over this article, so I think what this is, if you want to search a particular image like you can on Google, you can now do that in Pinterest. You can go to the Google search page and search a particular image and see if it's been on more than one place. So that's something that might be useful to people on Pinterest, see where their pictures have been. Yep. It's storming outside. My dogs are starting to get agitated. Let's see here. High-tech fillings could actually repair your teeth. How about that? You wouldn't have to go to the dentist to get a filling, which nowadays dentists don't want to do fillings. Just about every dentist I've been to in the last 10 years tells me that they can't do a filling. They have to do a root canal and a crown. Oh, so, that's something. And then the next article here is new technology could turn your skin into a touchscreen. I watched the video on that, and that's pretty neat. If that comes out in the future, you wouldn't have to carry around your cell phone in your pocket. It'd just be on your arm. Pretty cool there. Well, it's about 3:10, and I think I'm just going to end there today. I want to thank everybody for watching, and this will be saved on my channel as soon as it's done processing. So if you didn't get to see it live, it's be available at the channel website. So I hope everybody has a good rest of the week, and I will see you all next week for Wednesday Live number 16. Till then, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.